You can bang on it.
That should be your intro.
You want to sing it? I need something from the episode. From next week, August 1st, Eyo and I are going to be covering.
So August 1st next week.
Shut up.
Right. It's coming out. Right.
Boy.
My bad.
Stupid. You're not made for showbiz. Not made for showbiz.
24th and 25th in Abuja, if you can.
I'm cutting that because this is coming out on the 24th.
Did you not just hear what he said? He said this is coming out after. So it would have been, what are you doing?
I mean, still.
No, you can't do that. We're all on one track. Every sound you make can be heard.
Shit, have to shout at me, man. Jeez.
You child.
Harper.
Big China, pum pum.
Don't encourage it.
Black China. Tiger, pum pum. Kylie Jenner give fear.
I wouldn't we do that. Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast. And welcome to Peer Point, everyone's favorite wholesome and caring bank. Today we're going to talk about season 1 of Industry ahead of its August 1st return. And I'm going to slowly back away from this awkward threesome because joining me today, it's Victor and Eyo. How are you guys doing?
Hey, you want to go first?
Yeah, it's hot. I'm hot.
I was about to say you couldn't afford to accommodate us with AC.
Yeah. Banky has us in a sweatshop like Drake, man. It's crazy.
You have to do
working us like those China kids.
Well, I'm really not going to beat the slave master allegations that have been levied against
Who levied them against?
Obiora, Ibuka, Chinedu.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? I'm channeling my inner Eric.
Yeah.
You need to do what you need to do to get the job done.
That's fair, man. I support that. I'm not going to lie.
You do look like a slave master, but like dark skin.
Which slave master do you know is dark skin?
That's what I'm saying. Dark. If you were light skinned, you fit the criteria to a T.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
He's still be black.
No, I said if he was light. If he was white.
Oh, that's not the same thing, bro.
That's what I said.
You can't say light skin and mean white, bro.
Is that what you meant? White?
That's what he meant.
Please, let's talk about this episode.
You can remember when Jidenna came to Nigeria and then he said if you're light skinned in Nigeria, they're going to come for you. But then he meant mixed.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's what Victor just
Did he make a song about
that
it?
they'll kidnap you.
So he made a song?
I'm afraid he made a song about how he was police attacked him on the road. Pretty sure he did.
Who does he think he is?
Anyways, okay, let's talk about. Before we talk about the show, let's do some quick admin.
You love admin. Man.
I don't love it, but I just have to.
John. Sorry. You can't cut that out.
I'm going to leave it here for the 5 people that will understand. Before we go anywhere, I think some congratulations are in order. Since the last time we were on this episode, something big happened.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Dama was early for an episode. Dama, how does it? Thank you for being on time for this episode. I mean, obviously,
he's not on time.
You were. I mean, the problem is that
because it's 4 o'clock.
So I wrote that down. I'm going to say that. Because obviously we're doing it in the same place and Dama is going to be on time today because we're not doing it over the internet or whatever. And we're all in Eyo's house, but somehow Dama was still late. And I don't know how,
Is it talent?
It's
talent to be late.
It's funny because in uni, my supervisor that was helping me, I was supervising my dissertation.
Yeah.
He had said something along the line of, I have a talent for always being late and that he wouldn't be surprised if I'm late to graduation. And turns out I was late to graduation and I missed it.
You missed it.
I remember that day so clearly. I remember Dama missing graduation. I think you came into Southampton that day from London, which made no sense. Yeah. And then I was like, why am I early for Dama's graduation before Dama? What is going on?
You're the only one that made it.
No, so the thing is I timed it to a T.
Okay. Clearly not.
No, I timed it to a T.
Okay.
But then my dad had gone ahead and invited dignitaries that decided to come on their own time. So by the time they got to where all the transport was leaving, we were already an hour behind, and then we got into traffic on the...
Did you guys hire buses?
Yeah.
Like ABC bus?
Yeah.
Like Brent Fires, he put models in a sprinter.
And traveling in the state, cross country. And yeah, so by the time we ended up now getting to Southampton,
You were late.
literally they had just shut the doors and my set had...
So what happened when they called your name?
Everybody was looking around.
And nobody walked up.
Where is he? Then they now panned the camera to my empty seat.
Sounds like an office scene.
And then I was outside watching TV.
So wait, so they knew as in your seating was allocated. Oh yeah, okay. So
Yeah. Because obviously I'd signed in and I'd done everything.
Yeah.
But I just didn't make the code.
Not them panning to your empty seat. Why is it a pan to an empty seat? Please, let's go with this episode.
Yeah.
So from next week, August 1st, Eyo and I are going to be covering Industry Season 2 weekly. We're also covering the final few episodes of the incredible Better Call Saul. And I hope you're watching that. If you're not, please watch good TV. Also, maybe Eyo and I might venture into some House of the Dragon talk, depending on how that Season 1 pans out. But as always, just please follow us on whatever platform you're listening. That way you can get notified of these new episodes. And please rate and review us if you're listening on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That really helps us get out there. Okay. Talk about
I find
industry.
it funny you have like so many things lined up for just you and Eyo.
Well, I mean...
Nothing.
No.
Well, Eyo is on time. Eyo does the homework.
I do the homework too.
Which homework?
I've always done
Which homework?
I've always done the homework.
I'm on time. I do the homework. I have great jokes.
Also, it's just...
I also have great jokes.
Also, it's
okay, Victor, tell a joke now.
Look at my internet lags, and by the time you guys catch it, we'll move past.
Okay, we're all in the same place. Tell a joke now.
I'm not a stand-up comedian. I can't just spit out some. As we're going, no one, I'll be spitting.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of stand-up comedian, I mean, this is coming out like a day or two after Chinasa's comedy special, so I guess she's not going to listen to this, but I guess shout out Chinasa. Well done for that.
I've never seen anyone put their IQ on a CV before. Why are you here?
I think this is the closest thing to meritocracy there is.
Wake up! People know what they're joining.
Industry Season 1. So what we're going to do, we're going to give some general thoughts on our feelings on the show before we probably go into more character-specific thoughts. So I think we all watched the pilot together.
I think we did.
Yeah, we all watched the pilot together. What were you guys' thoughts on the pilot? I'll start with you. Like, after you watched it, like, what did you think?
I was hyped, man.
Were you? Okay.
I was hyped. I enjoyed it. I thought, a new HBO show.
By the way, obviously, this is going to be a spoiler-filled episode. So, like, if you have never watched Industry, please stop listening to this episode and go watch Industry and come back. Yeah.
Go do something
there's going to be a lot of spoilers. But yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah.
Yeah, new HBO show. I didn't recognize any of the, the young actors
or Harry
actresses in it. Oh, apart from Harry. So yeah, it was exciting. I thought it was a good pilot. Like, I thought it was an interesting space. Mostly because I haven't seen anyone do like an actual, corporate something about in the UK show.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that in a while, so I was excited. What did you think, Victor?
Same. I was also excited because this is one of the genres that really interest me, like finance. So when and off the bat, HBO.
Mm-hmm.
I die for anything HBO. So before even seeing the first episode, I already wanted to be gold. So the first episode started and I fell in love. Again, like you said, we didn't know any of the actors and actresses on it except for Henry. And then the episode goes and it's high intense.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Henry's losing his mind. Harry's losing his mind.
Yeah.
Henry Hoover.
Again, spoiler. Starts losing his mind, starts spinning, and goes into the bathroom for...
Don't give a recap.
Yeah,
just tell us how you felt.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay. Yeah, so tell us how you felt.
Get there. And then this nigga
He keeps giving a recap. We said don't give a recap.
But he's at the end, so just finish
and
it.
this nigga dies, and he dies, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. When's episode 2 coming out?
He dies by wanker. He dies by say the word wanker.
Which is hella haram.
Jesus.
No, but like, what actually killed him?
As in universe?
Yeah.
I think stress, overworked, it was anxiety, I don't know.
All the
I mean, it's funny that he died by after seeing wanker.
He just kept taking that. How many Red Bulls did he take down?
A lot.
Yeah. A lot. Red Bulls, water. Apparently, like, there's, like, I don't know if you know this, we'll get to this, I'll talk about this in a second, but like, there is a similar-ish story of a guy, a banking intern, I think it was Merrill Lynch, is that a bank?
Yeah.
So he died in his shower in 2013 after, like, I think working 72 hours straight. So I think the autopsy was like, that's not what killed him, that he had something inside or whatever, yeah, but like,
of
and
course,
I think
Merrill Lynch wrote to check.
And I think that's,
the coroner's office.
Please. Allegedly, I didn't say that. But say allegedly. I don't want any. Allegedly. I don't know. Maybe Merrill to sue popcorn for that. We have nothing to give them. I'll give them this mic and that's it. No, but I think so. That was 2013, and I think that would have been kind of like the year that I've forgotten the names of the creators. This is annoying. Conrad and
Mike.
Yeah, Conrad and Mickey. Anyway, I think that might have been like the year, or like 1 or 2 years removed of when they were doing, because they were bankers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were bankers. Yeah. I was actually a lot less cold on the pilot than you guys. I think
cold or hot.
Cold. Hot is good now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was less cold on the pilot. Yeah, I didn't receive it as enthusiastic as you guys did.
So you were less hot.
That was not the.
I said I was more cold.
You said less cold. Sorry.
I said more cold. Anyway,
I mean, can you hear
I was not the word. I was actually a lot less cold on the pilot than you guys, I think.
Not the impression you gave that day, but go on.
So you remember what the impression I gave 2 years ago?
Yeah.
What was the impression I gave 2 years ago?
You were excited.
How do you know?
Because you kept gasping. Especially when he died after seeing one.
Yeah, when he died, it was surprising. Nobody's arguing that.
No, but during the whole...
No. I mean, I was interested enough to continue, obviously, and I'm happy I continued. But like that first episode, I was like, and I think going back to reward the past, I'm like, okay, I can see you laying some groundworks for future episodes. And I think a friend of mine had watched a preview of the episode and maybe gave me bad, like she didn't like it. So maybe that was in my head. So I was looking for like reasons why she didn't like it.
Oh,
I think. But like there's some like this continued throughout the show, but there were some points where like whenever Harper said things that were very American, it always just grated me. It felt like when she calls Robert a snack, just like
I
don't like that. Like those things like that, just like always. I just didn't like that. But So I obviously enjoyed as the show went on. I enjoyed the show. So what we can do? Wait, actually, you know bankers in London, and Dama, you too as well. How accurate do you guys think the show is? Or do you know if the show is accurate?
I don't go to work with them. To be fair,
don't you talk to them about their lives?
Not their work life.
This is why your wife said that
we don't know each other. This is true. I mean, I asked like, okay, how is work, that kind of thing, but they're just going to be like, it's going to be very surface.
They won't tell you that like, Eric shouted at them.
Yeah, no one's going to tell me that their boss was shouting at them.
Or that they're doing coke in the bathroom.
Or that, yeah. And I don't think the bankers I know do coke in the bathroom.
You don't know that. I see a lot of them itching their nose.
Do you want to mention?
Which ones do you know that I know that you think do coke?
Say their names.
I'm not going to call their names.
Why? This might be the intervention they need.
Yeah, let's try and help them.
You know yourselves.
That doesn't help anybody.
Doesn't help anyone.
Okay, so let's just go on that. Before we go talk about the characters, I guess since we're there now, should we talk about like the drugs and sex on the show?
There's a lot of drugs.
There's a lot of dick. HBO.
Maybe like 1 or 2 dicks.
Like it's not like
it was just in your face.
I swear, like Game of Thrones has a lot more dicks.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't think
Game of Thrones.
No.
Game of Thrones. No. Euphoria definitely has.
Oh yeah, Euphoria. Okay, I mean, I'm thinking of like
he blows more dick.
Pre-Westworld HBO. I don't know if they had that many dicks. Yeah.
That's fair.
What do you mean pre-Westworld?
I think Westworld was the first time I remember seeing like dicks.
No, I saw it. No,
but I guess there were a couple of. But Game of Thrones had a few seasons.
It was just
Westworld, that's what I mean.
Ooh,
like towards the end.
What's this other one? Spartacus?
That's not HBO.
That's Stars.
No, I'm just
Stars
saying. Like they had hella dicks.
Yeah, that's power. They can do whatever they want to do on Stars. Like Stars could but like I mean, like what do you compare to the boobs we see on the show? No, but like I think maybe I don't know. This could say anything about this podcast or also the shows we watch, and we don't endorse drug use on this podcast. But like the drug use didn't even like bother me. I do think there's too much sex on this show. Interesting.
Okay, fine. Let's split it. So drug use, you didn't think it was that bad?
Yeah, I think maybe because drug use, and this is weird because obviously sex is as common, but I think drug use was like, yeah, that's accurate.
You see,
I've seen, like I went to uni with these people. Like I know these people in the banking world. Like that is very fair. That's very fair. They're probably doing like a Robert. That Robert is probably doing drugs like that. Like yeah,
that's fair. It was like I think initially like. On the first watch, I didn't really it didn't faze me, no. Mm-hmm. But on the second watch, when I was rewatching it was
a lot.
The drugs, I was like, wait, guy, why are you doing drugs? Why? Like, why are you still doing drugs?
I mean, I think by the way, guys, please, apologize if you hear anything in our background. Like, sometimes there's some natural sounds we just can't get rid of. I think, like, you're right, because, I mean, you and I are going to be covering industry this season too, and like we do have screeners for the episodes. But like you said, we discussed earlier, there's no way I'm going to binge this show because binging this show for this recap was a lot. I felt like I was in the middle of a Robert session, and it's like, so I kept on thinking about this show before, and I was like, okay, wait, I got looking for descriptions of how to describe this show, and I was like, one, let me know if any of this seems even remotely close to you guys. I was like, one, is this like Euphoria if like they all became like semi-functioning adults? So like they just carry all their drugs and sex use? Or is it just, when Kendall has a manic episode in season 1, when they are all at the corners thing, like it's just an entire show based on that. And then my third discussion was just like, it's the last 30 minutes of Goodfellas.
I haven't seen Goodfellas.
Go watch Goodfellas.
No.
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. But anyway, it's just like, it's from episode 3, I think. Yeah, because the first 3 are quite slow and quite like normal TV. But from her birthday episode, it just goes unrelenting. Like it's just a lot. It's just drugs and sex, and like lots of banking jargon. But anyway, I just found a lot like on the rewatch. It was a lot to take in. Yeah.
Do you think it's useful though on the show? I'm still talking about the drugs because we get to the sex.
I think. Oh, still on the drugs.
Yes, just on the drugs.
Yes.
I think it's useful.
That was what I was going to say. I think I like watching it back, I was like, okay, I get why they're doing a lot of this.
Which is why I think it didn't really
bother me. Yes. I think especially when it comes to like Robert's character, especially, I think his drug use was well explained, explored in the show. And then giving him the foil or the analog of his boss was also very good.
Yeah. And I think all the drug use on the show, well, not all, but like all the drug use on the show kind of revolves around Robert.
Mostly, yeah. Like, if not entirely so, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like, maybe Harper has one time when she smokes weed with her, like the guy she's going for a house viewing with.
Okay, and with Yasmin afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, but every time she's doing drugs, it's like rather Robert is coming or leaving the scene. Yeah, so I think Robert is the guy that like, which I think is the difference between that and the sex for me.
Yes.
Do you want to move to the sex or do you want
Let's
to
move to the sex, man. Because on the rewatch, I was like, Haba. I had to reduce my volume because like it's summer, my windows are open, I'm blasting this thing out.
You can't. I had to watch with headphones. I was like, this is a lot. Okay, I have this question I was going to ask later, but I can ask it now. Dama, do you remember like the relationship between Robert and Yasmin? With like
the weirdest relationship.
So this is a question to both of you. At what point would you have ended this? If you're a Robert, what point would you have deaded it? I'm like, this is done. I'm not going to entertain this anymore.
I don't know which came first. Was it the treadmill or when she sent him a picture of her boyfriend eating her out? Which came first?
The treadmill.
I think treadmill was first.
Well,
no. When she makes him run faster.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was after.
That's after.
But they did another one. Okay, yeah, he was on the bike before.
Yeah, that one was just like flirting. So the treadmill one you're talking about is after the picture.
When she sent the picture of her boyfriend eating out.
It was yours. Or you never continued until...
Of course it continues.
Until you get your payouts.
Guy, I back Robert, man. I love that for him. I loved everything for him. And like, no, apart from loving it, I completely understood. Because he did not know what was happening. Yasmin, on the other hand, was in full, like, she understood what she was doing.
Yeah, of course.
I have this boyfriend, he's, I feel stifled by him. I feel
sexually,
like less sexualized by him. So let me get my power somewhere else. Yeah. And she was using that on Robert. And I think, look, if you're along for a ride, you're along for a ride. And Robert, if he's anything, he's along for the ride.
Yeah, he is. He's always along for the ride.
He's up for the ride.
And I did a full night session. Yeah. So mine would be the same night as the picture, but earlier. When she pulls that cab stunt.
Oh,
I'm blocking her number.
That's terrible.
And she tells us that we should come out, and then I go out, and then the cab leaves me. So I have to get black cab by myself. I'm blocking her number. None of this rubbish. And then that same night, you send a picture of your. That's it. It's there. I'm not.
It was classy, man. I loved it.
But yeah, no, I did think like on second. I mean, I guess when you watch it episode by episode, week by week, it doesn't feel as much. Like same thing with the drugs. But binging it, like literally, I think I watched all 8 in like maybe 24 hours, 36 hours or whatever.
What?
So like between Friday and Saturday, I watch everything.
It's an episode, right?
You died
40,
like
45.
What are you doing?
Well, I was trying to get ready for this episode. But yeah, doing all that, I think the sex just feels like a lot because you're like, oh, wait, didn't you just have one of these already?
Yeah.
Like, we had one of these like 2 hours ago. So, and even though I guess for that, they mostly do revolve around Robert and Yasmin.
I don't think so. No.
Who else has sex?
No. Because Harper had at least 2 or 3
Harper
sex
had the one with
scenes.
Todd.
That's
her ex.
Yeah, she had with Todd. She had
herself.
Yeah, she had the one where she got that random guy off Tinder.
True.
She had her own.
And then the threesome.
Then there's the threesome. Then there's the
assault.
When her boss.
Oh shit! In the car. Yeah. Episode 1. That was episode 1 as well.
Then there's Gus and his man.
Oh, okay. No. I'm so sorry. You're right. It was a lot. It was
everybody.
It was actually everybody. Which is probably why it was a lot. Yeah, it was actually a lot.
Everyone was fucking all the time.
It was a lot of sex.
Gus especially.
And
not really.
Every morning before work, Gus to get his.
I don't think so.
Have you ever won anyone to work?
I have.
Well, I guess it's more difficult. Has anyone ever won you to work?
No, wait. Who did you wait to work?
Who did you wait to work? How are you going to answer that question?
How did that happen?
Always.
How are you going to answer that question that you want someone to work?
I don't think I can talk about it on national TV.
Say it. Like, I'm intrigued.
We have like 12 listeners. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like 5 actually. But like,
nah, I just know I want someone to work.
Okay. Good to know. Anyways.
It's not good to know. It's bad to know, actually.
It's bad to know.
That was not the answer I was expecting. Anyway, what was I going to say? So the sex, I mean, I don't think, I'm not holding it as a criticism. I'm sure when I watch season 2 week to week, I don't think it will feel the same way, but it's just like, it did feel like a lot of sex.
Did you think, then the question for the drugs, where like I thought the drug use was useful, it was well integrated into the show.
Yeah.
I feel differently about the sex.
I think the sex was distracting.
Yes.
I think the sex was distracting.
I feel the same way.
Fillers, you have to put fillers somewhere.
No, you don't. Like, just, spend more time doing other things. You don't need to, we don't need a lot of those.
I mean, look, one can make the argument, is sex ever really necessary?
Yes.
I mean, again, we live in a sex world, so we're sex creatures, you need to put sex,
did you say we're sex creatures?
Yeah, sex creatures. But yeah, no, so I did think the sex was distracting on a rewatch, and maybe that part of me was because, if I was Robert, I would have ended it a long time ago. So I just feel like everything post, there's a part when Harper is like, if you guys are gonna fuck, just get it over with.
Do it already.
And I feel like she was speaking for the audience, just do it.
That's fair.
Please, we're tired of this. Okay, should we move on to the characters?
Let's talk about
we'll talk about the characters, and then what we'll do is we'll just kind of start at the end with the characters, where these characters end up, and then use that to talk about the characters in general. So, on the final episode, final day, which is Riff Day, Yasmin decides not to hang out, or rather, hang Kenny
out to dry.
To dry, yes. And then...
Team player.
Exactly. And then Hillary backs her in the Riff, and then she, gets the job. Do you have anything to say about Yasmin that we haven't already touched on?
Okay, we touched on the fact that she's a tease.
Is she a tease? Or is it teasing or flirting?
She wasn't teasing, she wasn't flirting, she was
controlling.
That was
BDSM?
Grade
but then, so now it's
power
play. That was just playing with him.
It's funny because you know how, so in her personal life, And even in the office, she was very timid. Like her boyfriend took advantage of her at home, and then at
she
work,
was ignored at work.
She was ignored at work, and like also talked down on, and everything. So where
was she meant to get her power?
Yeah,
I think
I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid because I never made that connection.
Astute.
Yeah,
that's really astute, Victor. I'm very proud of you.
Well done.
But like I was going to the same place because I was going to say on this rewatch, like I'm taking all those things into consideration. I felt like so much more sympathetic for her. Like I'm a fan. I still don't think she has what it takes to make it at a place like Pierpoint, to be fair.
Maybe in a different branch.
Yeah, maybe in a different, maybe
not branch, sorry, different. Yeah, different.
She can't make it on the sales floor.
Yeah.
But like, I was a lot more sympathetic to her character. And did you think she was going to stand up for herself in that last scene?
What, at Riff?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. No. And I think that's a tragedy of a character like Yasmin. I think we all knew exactly what she was going to do.
Yeah. But then I guess the question is like, is she doing it because she's not just doesn't have balls to do it, like to actually call them out, or is she doing it because she sees that that's the smart thing to do?
I think she thinks it's the smart thing to do.
Then that's not too bad. You get what I mean? One is a kind of a sad reason. One is like, okay, you're just calculating.
I don't think so.
I think she thinks it's the smart thing to do, but I also think she's wrong. If we say, you can say, okay, this is what I think is the smart thing to do, but like, the reason I'm saying that is because the other thing is too hard for me.
Okay, but like if you were advising her not like, because we know what the moral thing to do is. If you're advising her objectively as a friend, what's the better option to further her career?
Of course, to speak up. Of course,
to further her career.
Of course.
So what happens? Like, let's play that out. Let's play that out on Riff. She calls them out.
Not on Riff. It's not in Riff that I'll call them out. I'll call them out before Riff.
Yeah, and then gave her like 4 days.
Yes, and I call them out before Riff, and just like Gus, I'm protected because you cannot fire me.
But then you could be blacklisted.
How
in the company?
And then I kick up another sting. Look, this is the time. If there's ever been a time in history, right, that speaking up might not be as hard, like might not be as detrimental to you, because I feel like a lot of the things that Kenny and Hillary were telling her were like based on history, which is true. Like, you know, historically, if you speak up, you will be blacklisted.
Yeah.
I feel like the pressure that Pierpoint was under at that point in time, with Harry's death, with the article that had come out, meant that if they got more scandal, it's like Credit Suisse. You don't want to do anything bad right now.
Yeah, I guess, because I'm thinking we're still in a world where like a woman comes out to talk about sexual assault.
This is true.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't consider the fact that Pierpoint was just having like, it was coming from all angles.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, yes, Sarah and whoever might protect her, but then what happens with on the floor? Like the people, like she doesn't get clients. Like does she get clients? The people take her out to meetings. She's still a grad.
That's fair. But
you get what I mean? Like if everybody's like, oh, she's the girl. Like I don't know. It's
maybe she gets moved like they did to Gus when Harry died.
Yeah, I don't know if she wants the intention, but yeah,
that's fair though. Because I know, just like her, I wouldn't have said anything. Yeah. But I know it's because I know mostly it's because I'm scared, not because I think it's the smart thing to do.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think she did it because it was the smart one. I think she did it because she was scared.
Let's go to her paramour, her sub, Robert. So, if anything, I think Robert and Gus are probably the people I'm most interested in, like where their story starts in season 2.
This is what I was going to say. I think they're actually the most interesting characters on this show.
As in general?
Yeah.
Wow.
In general.
Okay, so let's talk about Robert. So Robert fumbles his riff speech because he does. So I had, when I was watching the show earlier, I was like, one of my notes was like, is any of them actually good at their job? And then I realized that like they probably actually all are, except Robert.
Yeah, Robert's not good at his job. I don't know how he ended up here.
Oh, come on. It's not hard.
Okay,
what did he study? He says it's because he had like the least acceptance or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like he's not hard.
Psychology or something.
So Robert fumbles his riff day speech because he really doesn't know what he's doing, and then his nose starts bleeding from his cocaine habit, which is never a good sign. And Daria dresses him down and calls him worthless. So essentially, like, he's not in Pierpoint at the end of the show because he gets fired, he doesn't get the job. So like, I'm like, where does he start? I really want to know where he starts in season 2. Like, what's going on with him? Like,
does he come back?
Like, why? Like, there's no reason.
No, not come back to Pierpoint. I mean, come back to the show.
I think so. Okay. I mean, I haven't watched the trailer, so I don't know. But like, you think he's just done?
I don't know.
But there's no, because him and Gus, they're no longer living in like student like Pierpoint housing now, right? That's their own house, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
so. They're still housemates, so he's still doing the show.
Okay.
So I mean, he can get a job anywhere. Like, he can go to consulting. No one can just like keep him a job, whatever. Like, he'll get a job. Like, I don't think I even caught this in the first round. Or maybe I did and I forgot him, but like the fact that he's the quote unquote commoner.
Yeah.
To Gus's like Ethan. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you said Robert is one of your interesting characters.
I think I enjoyed watching him. Like, apart from the fact that he's struggling, like he has this class struggle that I'm not even sure is internal, to be fair. That's one thing I noticed on this rewatch. I feel like a lot of the characters were projecting that onto him. Mm-hmm. So, like his boss even Harper.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people were projecting onto like, oh, maybe you feel like you shouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. And I didn't ever get that from him.
Yeah, I don't think, like, even with Yasmin, he didn't, maybe that was why he was so willing to be a sub, maybe, but like, he never felt like he was afraid that she was out of, because she is financially out of his league, but he never really gave off the vibe that he felt that. So.
Yeah, but Gus was telling him, you should feel this.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting. And I thought, like, I don't understand why he's doing any of the things he's doing.
Drugs or work? Like, what do you mean?
The drugs especially. Like, and like staying out all night. Like, you're here to do a job. Like, why are you doing this?
You're just an addict.
And I think the fact that when he gets called an addict, that shakes him to his core. I thought that was also an excellent touch. So I really enjoyed watching Robert. I don't think a lot of the characters in this show like kept my attention like him.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more internally going on with him than a lot of.
Yeah, on the second watch, I was like, oh, this is a really good performance.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I actually. It's very easy to like, no, this is.
Exactly. I think he's written as something that we've all seen before. Which probably makes it easier to...
If anything, if anything, he's the one character that I've seen in the role.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, that makes sense. What do you think of Robert?
I don't have an opinion about Robert.
That's fine. Let's move on.
Because I didn't do my homework, but...
Jesus. Oh my God.
But I can tell you, for one, the one major thing that bothered me about him the first time around I watched the show was the fact that he was just heavy into like any chance he got, bathroom line. Yeah. And then it caught up with him at the end when his nose started bleeding. And then also the other thing that stood out to me about him was just how he kept letting Yasmin fuck with him, use him as her. So
it was simping now. It's okay.
So I didn't really think it to work. And then, he kept. It was Robert that kept going from club office. Yeah. He hardly went home.
So I was going to say this, like, his all-nighter was in episode 1.
Yeah. It was in his first week.
I didn't realize how, like, the show was like, this is who Robert is from the beginning. Like, I thought, because I remember the sequence, and I thought it was like episode 4 or 5. I was like, oh, this is in episode 1. Like, the show is like, this is who Robert is, just take it as it is. I really want to see, I didn't think I would have said this after watching season 1 in 2020.
Time,
but
right?
I want to see Robert this season.
Probably in a rehab.
Maybe. I mean, he was sober for 3 weeks?
Yeah, it wasn't long.
He was sober for New Year's, and then all it took was Harper being like, you don't have to do it for me, and then he was doing coke in Yasmin's boyfriend's room. So
With Harper.
Actually, so I have a point about that relationship, or that triangle. I think the rub is that Harper and Robert are a better couple than Yasmin and Robert.
Was that meant to be hidden?
Oh, is that not like...
I thought that was just like,
Okay.
I thought that was common.
I didn't know that was common.
I thought that was the common perception.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't know that was like common thinking.
I mean, I thought so.
That's fair. Because,
the little kiss they shared on Rift Day was so cute.
Yes.
I thought that was really cute.
It's not even like sexually, just like as a couple, as like two partners in a relationship, I just felt like I bought that way more than like Yasmin and Robert.
Because Yasmin and Robert is not meant to be real.
Yeah.
It's Yasmin's way of expressing herself. Go for it, man. As a feminist, I back her.
Well, her boyfriend says that's not very feminist to like things like that.
He's an idiot. I hated him.
I shouted when he said that. It was so ridiculous.
I hated every second of him.
He was terrible. He was so terrible. Oh my God.
You know, like when they come in the morning after, I guess they'd had a long session, the boyfriend and his friend.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, can we just go around Europe listening to Bicep? And I was like, there's an artist called Bicep? And then it's a real one.
It's actually, I'm going to say.
It's an artist called Bicep.
He's not great. He's not a great boyfriend. Yeah.
Yasmin's boyfriend, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it, man. Like, if I'm him and I'm dating someone who is like so financially out of my league, I guess you can go one of two ways, but I would definitely not go like so comfortable. You know, I'll always be just like on my toes and anxious and just trying to like show her that I have something in my head.
There's a much deeper conversation here.
What is it?
To be had. I don't think we have time to.
We always have time. Say it.
So, okay. The thing is, there are a lot of relationships with that dynamic where the girl is obviously always more financially stable than the guy. Yeah. But then the guy has such a strong hold on her that he knows no matter what happens, no matter whatever he does, she would always be there.
I don't even know if he had a hold on Yasmin.
He did.
I think he did.
He did.
I think he did.
He did because that was why there were things that happened where I think the first episode when he was watching porn and jerking off while she was sitting right beside him. Yeah, that really hit her. But she couldn't do anything.
That really hit you. I was like, the way you want to say, I was like, why? What happened?
Victor, that happened to you.
So that really that touched her. Yeah. And in a normal setting, in a balanced relationship, the girl would have gotten up, been angry at him,
at least vexed,
you get, and leave. But she didn't want to do anything to annoy him. Yeah. So she took it in, she stomached it, she left, went to the gym, and then went to go and play on Robert.
Play with Robert.
I mean, we know.
So it's like, so that's what I'm saying. So like, he has that. He just had a strong. So
maybe not, but I think he understood that she wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah. And again, transiting to how she was in the office and just being weak.
Yeah, and to go a bit deeper into her psyche, we know where that came from. Her mom, yeah. Because not only was her mom quite mentally dominating on her, but like it's like we now realize that to Yasmin, she saw her mom like being weak and staying with her dad. Even though her mom is like, look, I only stayed with him because if I didn't stay with him, he wouldn't have been in your life. Yeah. You needed his money to get through. So like, but she growing up just thought, her mom is weak because she's staying with this guy that she doesn't like. So I guess that was what it was, learned behavior, which is
Also, side note, have you seen this show? I think it's The Responder with Martin Freeman. A really good show. Yeah. There was this dynamic in the show also where.
Why are you spoiling it?
It's not really important to the whole story, but like there was his partner. Yeah. In the car and everything. Yeah. She had this boyfriend.
His police partner.
Yeah, she had this boyfriend who had a hold on her. Yeah. To the point where she had seen him committing a crime. Jesus. And she had now begged Martin Freeman not to arrest him, to let him go. But then because it took like him talking to her, so he gets upset and he locks her out of the house. He locks her out of the house for like
the boyfriend.
The boyfriend locks her out of her own house.
After keeping her out of jail.
Basically. And he changes the locks out of her own house.
Did he know that she knew?
3-4 days. Who know that?
Did he know that she knew that he committed the crime?
She was right there. She was like on the spot begging Martin like to let him go, that she knows and that kind of thing. So he was angry that he had to talk to her before she went to beg. So he locked her out of the house. Yeah. So I think the day she now finally got the courage to like bang the door in to make sure he opens the door and go in. She's like being all puffy, chest out. Mm-hmm. This is my house. You can't do this to me. You respect me. And all he does is he opens the door for her. He lets her into the house. He opens the closet, tells her to go into the closet. He takes her phone from her. She goes in the closet. He locks it. He locks the closet, locks her in the closet, puts her phone like on the floor. And he's like, you're going to stay there for the next 24 hours. And he leaves. And she's in the closet just crying her eyes out. The thing is, she could have easily just keep the door open.
Is she white?
She's black.
Is he white?
He's white. So yeah.
Sounds like slavery to me. I'm going to start responding today.
But
thanks for spoiling like a huge chunk of it.
It's not. That was literally.
It's okay.
But that's more. To be fair, that's more like a teaser than a spoiler. That excites me more to watch it.
And it played nothing to the whole story. Yeah. It was just something the writers threw.
They threw some light slavery.
But yeah.
Okay. So should we?
Let's move on from Robert.
Yeah, let's go to Robert's housemate and long-term friend,
Gus,
who had he did a 180 on me on rewatch. I did not like the performance in the first season. I didn't like his facial expressions. I just didn't like a lot of it in the first time I watched it.
Why was that?
What do you want to say? Say what you want to say.
No, I'm just asking.
It was because I just didn't like I think it was who he was. It was the black. No, he's the black conservative man, right? That thinks like.
Is that what he was?
Yes, he was. Why? What? That's what you want to point out?
No, I'm asking.
Okay, yeah. So no, yeah, I'm telling you why. Because he's a black conservative man, and so I know that person. We've seen that person on Twitter with their Union Jack flag in their name. We know that kind of person. I think from the moment I was just like, I don't like this guy. But then I realized that they're all terrible. I was like, okay, maybe this guy might be the best.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny what you just said that. While I failed to do my homework, and I was trying to find like a quick recap.
Yes.
The one I saw on YouTube this morning that wasn't really a recap. It was just him telling us like he didn't like the show.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said was, "I like the show because they're all terrible people."
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's so dated criticism. We can't keep saying that. Like, they're all terrible people. I don't like them. Okay. Like, I don't like anybody on the industry.
That's fair.
I don't like anyone in the industry. I'm still going to watch the show. I still like the show. I just don't like anybody.
That's fair.
Honestly, if anyone died, I'll be fine.
Except Harry.
But Harry dead.
That's what I'm saying. He's dead. Was sad.
Nah.
It wasn't sad. It was just surprising.
It wasn't sad.
Because he was the biggest actor apart from, obviously, I thought the children, he was the biggest actor going into the show. I thought the show was going to be about him. And then he just died. It's on the BBC show. And then he died. So, I don't know. People keep saying, like, that's just a terrible criticism. Like, the characters are terrible. Okay. Like, they make shows about terrible people all the time. Anyway, but yeah, no. So, back to Gus. I really liked the performance, David Johnson's performance on the second watch, on the rewatch. And again, I think watching, I was like, I could see it better. I could see his story better on rewatch. Yeah. Like the way they structured it. But like from the moment Harry died, you could just see that he was disillusioned and like he wasn't like buying the way the company was like dealing with him and trying to appease him. And when she said, "You're so talented," I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, how do you know? How do you know? Something like that. He basically uses his riff speech to give 2 middle fingers to the company and everybody in the C-suite. And it's like, yeah, I'm out of here. So we don't know what's going to happen.
I'm so excited for his
He's not getting a job at Goldman's. He's probably going to get a job at, I don't know.
Maybe somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think? I think Gus is meant to be this guy, Bima Folami. I think this is who is meant to be.
He looks like him.
They also do the same, the Conte eye thing. They do it.
What Conte eye thing?
You know when Conte now, sorry, not Conte, Ancelotti.
Oh, the eyebrow thing.
Yeah.
He does it as well.
He does it.
Oh, yeah, because, he
did.
They look alike. I didn't like that.
Time.
I don't like that he never cuts his hair. That's one thing I don't like about
You guy don't cut his hair either.
Yeah, it makes sense now because I've seen that picture and they look so much alike.
I think it's meant to be
That's
him.
incredible casting.
Yeah.
So what was he, a politician?
He was the third person to resign in Boris
Gate. Which one?
Clown. That's what it's called.
Jesus Christ. What do you think about Gus? Yeah.
So I like Gus because he was basically the complete opposite of Yasmin.
Okay.
In the sense that he was more outspoken. I guess that was because he realized that they were trying to. From the minute they moved him to the floor, he was like, he's actually just saying like, okay, you know what, fuck you guys, fuck this shit. And
you know what's funny to me? Like, he said he wasn't happy when they moved him to the floor, but before that, didn't he say he wanted to go to the floor?
And fear is like, you're not a salesperson or something.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the way it happened.
Yeah.
It's like, they're dividing our team essentially and throwing us wherever you want to throw us. And also the floor, they didn't really react to it properly.
Yeah, they weren't really dividing. They were breaking it.
They're breaking the team down.
Yeah, so he was more like, he just had a I don't give a fuck about you guys attitude. Was outspoken. If he wasn't with you, he's not with you. Like when he called, what's her name out at the restaurant?
The restaurant was Sarah, the boss?
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah, Sarah, yeah.
Like when he called her out and like, I was like, are you not afraid?
Yeah.
I swear.
And she was like, something like, look, I understand you've had a tragedy, so I'm going to allow this one time. I was
like, don't speak to me
so,
like this.
Yeah, it's like he also knew the card he had to play, and he played it. So like, I like Gus. I didn't like him at the start, but then he grew on me.
Yeah.
First watch, I think I hated him.
I did not like him first watch.
Definitely.
Second watch, I think he probably has the most tragic story.
Oh yeah, 100%. Personally, professionally, everything.
Like, I felt so bad for him all the time. And I think what was sadder was like, he might be a decent person.
So, which leads me to my next point, and it's like, it's kind of like, I didn't realize, or maybe I realized it, but I just forgot, like the Harper-Gus beef, which was really just one-sided, just Harper's point of view. But like, you can see that the relationship just kind of grew, which is like little one or two scenes, and then obviously he kind of helps out at the end of the episode. But yeah, he might actually be, ideology aside or whatever, at the core of it, he might actually be like being
he might be the only decent person on the show.
And I also just love his relationship with Robert. I think that's objectively the most wholesome relationship.
Easily.
Like, I just love how, like, he's like, what does he say? He's like, I think he said, they're moving me. And then Robert's like, do you want me to suck you?
Do you want me to suck you up?
Oh my god. But yeah, also, I mean, in the finale as well, Gus decides to, like, stop waiting for Theo to, I don't know, be ready for him, and actually just like, I guess, go find love somewhere else. So that was nice. Okay, so let's talk about the main character, Harper.
Finally, you're black.
Gus is black. Jinx. Yeah, played brilliantly by Mihala Herod. I hope I pronounced that.
You clearly didn't, but cool.
Well, never know. So yeah, brief day. Harper has another panic attack, and has a similar experience to the day she had her final exam. But this time Gus is there to save her. And then later she's called up to dinner on the executive's floor, and then she decides to save Eric and essentially throw Daria under the bus. I'm not watching that because obviously throughout the show we're like, oh, this is Succession for younger people or whatever, and I never felt that. But when that happened, I was like, okay, this is the one Succession moment in this show, like what Harper does here. And obviously these actions cause a rift between her and Yasmin for obvious reasons. But also Yasmin was planning on going to work
under Daria.
On that desk under Daria. Where do you want to start talking about Harper? There's so much I think we're going to get through it.
There's actually there's fraud, there's sexual assault, there's betrayal. Harper's story is long.
I mean, I guess we could start with like, why do we think she did what she did with Eric?
I have no idea, and I think that's, for me, the only failing of this show.
Oh, okay. So you think it's a failing? Okay.
I think it's a failing. I don't think it's fair that because Harper just be doing stuff sometimes, and I don't know why. And maybe I don't know because I watched the show twice now, so I must. It's not like I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff she does, I'm just like, why are you doing this?
Let me see if I can answer.
So, like when she goes and pisses off her client, the one that sexually assaulted her initially.
Yeah.
When she goes for the meeting with Daria.
So in the bathroom.
And she was like, I was like, why are you doing this now?
Well, as in which part? Because I think the first thing, as in, Rachel went to the bathroom was obviously to get her on her riff.
On side, yes.
Yeah, so like get her real. But I think when she was like, oh, this is not going to happen. She's like, I think she's been holding in that assault. And she's like, look, if you're not going to be on my side, okay, well, at least apologize. Like, I can't get nothing from this relationship. Like, you're not going to help me on riff, and you're also not going to apologize for something that's been doing me. So I guess she wanted something.
I mean, that's fair, but I just thought, I was like, why are you doing like this? It's like, are you a smart babe or are you not?
She's a narcissist.
Like, are you smart? Are you calculated? Are you going to get what you want?
But she tried it.
Or are you not?
The calculation didn't work. So okay.
It was a bad calculation. Even I knew that wasn't going to work. And I'm not in this world.
Was it Hail Mary though?
No.
Is it to get on the riff, the original?
Yeah, the riff thing.
That was a Hail Mary now. That was like...
It's not by cornering people that you get that kind of thing.
I feel like something was happening. I feel like the walls were cornering her.
She felt that way. And I think this is another thing. I feel like the character of Harper always feels like she's under attack.
She has a chip on her shoulder. Eric says as well, yeah.
She always feels like she's under attack. So, but like in reality, not much was happening. I think Daria had alluded to the fact that she might not back her in Riff. And I think that had just happened, right?
Oh no, what just happened was the money. They still had to pay back the money.
Yeah.
And I think Daria was like, okay, well, if you've already spent 25K, then
you have 25 left.
So I think she could feel kind of like the animosity from Daria, maybe. I don't know.
No, I think Daria had more or less said to her, like, I might not back you because I don't like the way...
I think that's after.
No, that's after. You're right.
By the lift. That's after.
Yeah. You're right.
But you're right. She always just felt like I think any little bit of antagonism, she feels like the world is gonna like
it's closing in on her.
Yeah,
I think that is also like a side effect from her being fraudulent in the sense of
the paranoia.
Yeah, when is the world gonna realize?
Like, are they catching up to me? Is this the end?
It's like imposter syndrome, but actually real. Like you're actually an imposter.
So it's like it's a thing of. If they uncover this one, they're going to uncover this. Everything is going to open, and then.
Plus, she has trauma. She has deep trauma.
Fair.
Isn't her brother just like disappeared for 4 years?
Yeah.
Like her mother clearly is not a supportive person. Yeah. So
not mothering her.
So she definitely has trauma there. I mean, I understood why she would do the Hail Mary. I didn't think it was going to work. But I guess she had done one already and it worked. In the same class. Maybe she's like, okay, now. And then she's like, okay, well, so you're not going to help me. Then at least, like, I don't want to leave. At least that's how I'm not going to see you.
Yeah.
Right? Then at least just.
I don't know, man.
Apologize.
Asking for an apology then, just.
Oh, no. No. But I think that's not why she went to the balcony.
No, I know.
That's purely emotional.
I was like, what are you
doing,
but
it's purely emotional. We've seen people do that.
Are you an emotional animal? Are you a calculator? That's the whole thing for me.
I mean, talk about Succession.
She wasn't
Who is not emotional in Succession?
I don't think she was calculated.
What's the name? The daddy now?
Apart from him.
And now, that's what I'm talking about.
But like, think about all the kids.
But all of them are stupid. And we know that.
That's why he's the only one that is winning.
Yeah. And it works. Because we know they're all mad.
Yeah,
we're like, okay, they all think they're smart, but they're not.
So I don't think it's a character flaw. I think it's very actually aligned with the character.
Enough, like, maybe that's what they're going with that. Because I was just like, I don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's a character flaw. I think it makes sense character wise.
Did you I liked that Eric was backing her. I thought that was
like before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was good. And like maybe that would like allow her stop feeling so like attacked all the time.
I mean that speech that they have at episode 4, when he basically says, dude, every time tell me when something is wrong, when it's fucked up or when you unfucked it. Like I think after that she's like, oh fuck, she's relaxed. She's relaxed. It's like I managed to somehow solve this problem and he's actually on my side. So I think that might be her peak. In terms of like emotional, that might be the highest a bit. I was reading
people like us, born at the bottom. Where would you put our percentage chance of ever making that top quintile? It's about 3%. That's intimidating. We intimidate people here. Why is that? Because hunger is not a birthright. Your qualifications don't have to be a problem for you, because they don't have to be a problem for me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Harper. So we're saying we just don't know what she did with Daria and Eric.
Honestly,
the options are obviously one, like what you said, Eric actually did help her. And I guess now that there's some time between the accident and now, she's like able to have more clarity. Also, Eric knows her secret, something I always thought about. I was like, I always thought about that, like, he knows your secret. And then there's the obvious option that, like, she was just like, I mean, fuck Daria.
Daria is not backing me.
And not only is she not backing me, she was actively kind of felt like against me.
Against, yeah.
And, it looked like, and to Harper's eyes, Daria and Yasmin were doing some kind of coalition or deal. Yeah. So, like, I guess it was like, okay, let me get the person that actually likes me. Plus, he'll be on my side. Because I brought him back. Because I'm talking to the boss. Like, I really can't be like, this is not time to step on. Which I guess it goes back to the thing of like, is she doing the right thing? Is she doing the moral thing? It's not really time to be on the soapbox and do that.
That's fair.
But it hurts because like, obviously, just after that, you see Daria being like, very like, oh, how are you? We got you. Let's go for a drink, all that. And then, And obviously, Yasmin and Harper still live together, so I don't know what's going to happen there.
Not anymore.
You think she just kick her out like
she'll move her?
Funny, because I don't think Yasmin doesn't have the balls to tell her to leave.
So she'll tell her to leave.
She's learning the ball. She should tell Kenny to fuck off.
Yeah.
In the finale. She's great.
Okay, so in the finale, she did have more confidence. And when she was coming at Harper, was it outside or inside? Where she was like, you only do things for yourself. Inside, you don't think of others. Yeah. I honestly thought she was going to end that statement with I don't want to pack out. I don't want to see when I get back home, that kind of thing. Or it could be a thing of she gets back home and things are out. It's outside. Fair.
I mean, Harper has a contract. I don't know what their tenancy agreement is like, but
there's
still,
no tenancy agreement.
Just pay money. Back transfer every month. Fair.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real agreement.
But
Kai, when they asked her to pay that 25k back, he paid me. I won't lie. He paid me.
But he paid me more when she said it, like at dinner, like when she said what she earned.
Yeah,
I was like,
why?
I was like, what are you doing? That was the one thing I was like, and that's again, I guess foreshadowing, laying crumbs to tell us she's emotional. I'm like, look, Harper. You basically got away with murder. They said, keep 25k, all you have to do is sign this NDA, don't tell anyone. And then you just tell them because, like, yeah, they're dickheads, but still, like, keep 25. So, like, I fully understood when they told her to pay it back. I was like, you had to keep quiet, Harper. You had to.
So annoying.
So dumb.
I think that's the thing. I don't think I'm as emotional as her. So
oh, yeah, of course.
When she makes all these, like, really emotional decisions, I'm just like...
Like, there is no way I would ever have said that 50k, that my bonus was 50k.
Never.
Impossible.
Or even when like she was fighting the like risk guys after she'd misbooked the trade.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it's going to swing up. And it starts swinging and she's not selling because she thinks she can make more money.
She made a lot of. But Ron, just like why did Eric leave again? What did he do? Or what happened?
He locked her in a room.
Right.
And shouted at her. And she felt unsafe.
Why did he lock the door? Do you know when I watched
I think it was privacy. I actually do think
it was privacy.
Because he didn't even know the door was locked. He didn't even know the door was locked.
No, but he locked it.
Yeah, but
he forgot.
He forgot. Like, it's not that he locked it like with malice. I think it was just like, because he turned on that brand and everything. Obviously, she felt unsafe. I'm not saying she's like, but like, I don't think
I still don't understand why he did it. Like, it just seems so silly to me.
There's no one to walk in now.
Like, but if they now open the door, like, they can see you're there. So what does locking the door help? It doesn't help anything.
Yeah. I guess if they lock the door, they can't like walk in and hear what you're saying.
Bro, it's glass. You see somebody's walking.
Because he wasn't trying to intimidate her. He was just trying to get information.
More I think about it, more I think he was trying to intimidate her.
To do what?
Do I know?
Because that's supposed to do something and she didn't do it. That's not where, like, it was the friend or something. He told Daria.
No, she told Daria. Yeah, so it was maybe wanted to scare her. Like, so that she will not try it again.
No, because he too was cornered. Because he had been told her, like, they were trying to get him out.
He was on chopping block.
Yeah, so I don't think it was like, I actually don't think, like, anyway, that's a good segue. Unless anybody has any points about Harper they have brought up.
No, I think it's okay.
I mean, I think we have other things to say about Harper, like, yeah, it should just be a lot.
We could do a whole episode.
I would love it if the show is done with her fraud.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just love it if, like, we never talk about it again. This is not Suits. Let's just never talk about it.
Oh my God, that was exactly what I was going to say. It's actually just,
Well, let's like,
it's done.
We did it for 4 episodes. It's done. Like, she's gonna get away with it. Let's just forget about that. Like,
what is our desk's budget for the year? How does nobody know that fucking number? I go to bed with that number. We owe our clients nothing. We have no fiduciary responsibility. We're advisors. We are facilitators, first and foremost. We can't fucking facilitate nothing. Daria should fucking know that. Sit at your desk and call Allerton every 20 minutes till Aubrey's back at the office. Do not leave the floor until he's heard you out. And if he doesn't want us to write his business, any fucking business, I want him pulled off every distribution list he's on.
Let's talk about the best character on the show. This is the Ken.
Do you know what who reminds me of? Ooh. I watched Whiplash the other day.
Ooh.
He reminds me of J.K. Simmons' character in Whiplash. He's a bully.
But he's more redeeming than J.K. Simmons' character.
Yeah, of course. But I think that's just because they want us to think he is. Because, look, me seeing somebody play with their kids not going to make me think... Nothing changes for me.
But I guess things for her because she already liked him.
Yeah, she liked him
already, so it's not
like
not even liked him in a way like he's bringing out best. I just liked him because like I like him.
Yeah.
What do you think he said to his wife at the party?
To Fehim's wife?
No, because it wasn't Fehim's wife. He said something to his own wife. But in front of Fehim and Fehim's wife.
Okay.
Like,
honestly, I don't know.
I just thought it was like cunt. But he said it again, so I was like...
It's not... It's not just a swear word.
You think it was worse than
I think he said something.
But it was something like that, obviously, like... Because we've seen how they speak between him and his wife. So it's probably something that like he doesn't remember. We know he doesn't remember. But like that just was nothing to him.
He's an interesting character. I enjoyed every second he was on the screen.
Like just wearing his trousers in the middle of the floor.
That was ridiculous.
And then obviously, by the way, guys, if you do not watch season 1 with subtitles, watch season 2 with subtitles. I'm very anti-subtitles, but on this show you really have to. Because after he does that, somebody, I don't know if it was Rishi or whatever, was like, does he always just dress on the floor? And then another person's like, yeah, I think it's a weird power play thing. just so many. He's the best character, maybe not best performance, but best character, best lines. He definitely has the best lines.
What was your favorite line?
I can't remember. Oh no, the one that actually has been in my head since I watched season 1 is, why do you have that ring in your nose? Like, hey, cow.
Yeah.
Like, him saying that, like, even before I rewatched the show, like, I watched that scene only once and it's been in my head so much. And then also you're the good type of immigrant is hilarious.
That was really
because
good.
He's an immigrant as well. It's just like, yeah.
Maybe that's why Harper got rid of Daria.
Because she's not an immigrant.
So that there only been immigrants there.
Who else is on that? It can't be just 3 of them that does the work. What division are they?
CPS?
What does that mean?
Cross product sales.
So they are sales?
Yeah. They sell, like financial.
So it's Robert sales as well?
Yeah, but I think he does FX, I think.
No. Darius FX.
FX is...
No, not Darius. Yasmin's FX. Oh, actually, no, because the older guy who liked drugs, worked under Daria.
Under Daria?
Yeah, because he was like, I'm not going to...
Okay, then it's CPS.
Yeah,
then.
So I guess Eric... Okay. So it's before this end of the season. Under Eric were...
Daria.
Harper, Daria, Robert, the older guy that does drugs.
Yeah.
Is his name Andrew? No, Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah.
I think that's all. That's all I can think of.
Okay.
Those were all on that. And then
the
FX were
team was on the other
maybe
side.
Rishi as well. I think Rishi was with them as well. Yeah, Rishi was with Greg then.
Okay.
And the FX team is like
Kenny,
the 2 women and all that. What are you doing?
My back is paining me.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, one final point before we... Any other gushing for Ken Leung before we end there?
He's really good in it. Did you know he was in Lost?
I knew just by like reading articles. I never watched Lost.
He was a medium in Lost.
It was also inside. That makes no sense to me. I don't know. It was also in the Inside Man.
It made no sense to me either.
Okay, quick fire. Who are your favorite side characters?
Who are the side characters?
So Rishi, Kenny, and Jackie. Jackie's the woman.
I think it's Jackie.
Jackie says so many
inappropriate
stuff.
It's so bad.
So many inappropriate
so
stuff.
Bad.
That forget, don't answer because you didn't do your homework.
You didn't
remember who these characters are. That must be quiet for like last 5 minutes. Quickly, is there anything, Dama, you can answer this as well, but like, is there anything you're looking for in season 2?
I want the show to be more, I want it to be a bit tighter.
Okay, let's talk about that because I think that's a criticism you have, and I have as well, but not as much as you. You want to be more refined.
Yeah.
You want the edges like
smoothed out. I want the writing tighter. I want things to be drawn together in a...
I don't think it's ever been.
I don't know. Yeah, that's fine.
And not for a lack on their part, but I think that's the show they're trying to make.
That's the show they're trying to make. Just this sprawling...
Yeah. Not sprawling, quick, a bit messy. You can see some of the seams. Now, I don't, like we said, I said it one time, I don't think the show will ever be like a 20 Emmy nominations kind of show.
Mm.
If anything, I think it's actually very much in the Euphoria mode.
You know, when you said that earlier, I've been thinking about this whole episode, and you might be right. I think this is just Euphoria and what.
But I mean, I haven't watched season 2 of Euphoria, but I think it's a better show than Euphoria.
I don't agree with you. But I think that's always been my view. I've always liked Euphoria because really I like the style. Like I'm a big fan of style.
Yeah, but like style I don't.
Yeah, substance over style and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I fucks with it heavy.
Dama, anything you're looking for in season 2? More sex, less sex, more drugs, less drug.
More blacks, more whites.
More blacks. more self.
We have to, which is already.
Yeah, do we need more black?
It's already like not realistic. It's already not realistic. So
I mean, I guess it makes sense that one is American, one is a conservative. Like that's it. We're getting another black.
Yeah,
we have a couple of. We have an Asian, Rishi. We had
Harry as well.
We have Harry. We have Yasmin, who is
you know, Harry was actually like a roadman.
They legit
no, that's not a joke. Like it was actually.
Why do you say
that
so?
was his whole thing. It was actually like a roadman kind of a guy.
Oh.
I know someone that I worked with that was just like him. That used to do road.
Well,
why did he used to do road?
Because he didn't say something to the effect of that.
I just thought he was like poor.
No, I feel like he used to do road and then he went to school.
I want to see if Robert does come back.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him have some self-respect.
Oh, that's fair. That's very fair.
I think you'll be sorely disappointed. Robert is down for whatever, and I'm down for him. Yeah.
Imagine if it's like being a year sober or something. I'm just like,
I'd rather die. I'd rather die than watch a show where Robert is sober. Nah, we're going out.
Also, don't I realize quickly, this show is like, it's an office drama.
An office drama, yeah.
And I only realized that when they had the Christmas episode, and then they came back and they were like, how was your New Year's? So like, we don't care about them in between when they're in the office. And I didn't even realize, like, yeah, this is actually just an office drama. This is like, it's like, we don't want to see your New Year's, don't want to see your Christmas. Just like we should only clicks on when you're in the office, which was, yeah, I didn't even think of it as an office drama like that in that sense.
Christmas episode was wild.
Incredible. Anyways, guys, if you're listening to this, thank you very much. Please, like I said, check back with us next week. We'll try to have those episodes weekly out very early. Yeah. So thank you to my guest, Eyo, who'll be back next few weeks talking about
everything. I'm going to talk about industry. Maybe we talk about dragons.
Maybe we'll talk about dragons.
I'm definitely going to be talking about Time Traveler's Wife.
I don't know.
Here and there.
I don't know who's going to.
I'm also going to be talking about Love Island.
Talk about it on your Twitter.
Fuck you.
Dama, thank you. As always, please, if you listen to a podcast app that allows you to, please rate and review, i.e. Spotify and Apple Music. Apple Podcast also helps you review, so please do that. And just follow us whenever you're listening, that way you get notified when new episodes come out. Shout out to my co-host, Jibs, Imoukhuede Chinedu, and join us next week. We'll be talking about industry again, and we'll be talking about Better Call Saul. But of course, we will be joined by Oscar winner, star of Nope, Daniel Kaluuya. Bye, guys.
You can bank on it. Yeah. You can throw 100 grams on it.
Okay. As always, listen to the podcast app that allows you to please rate. Oh my god.
Come on my face, come on my chest.
If you're listening on it, wear me to work. I can't believe they put Bim and Folami on.
Can I sign up, please?
This is crazy.
Can I sign up?